everyone, welcome to This Week in the Studio. I'm Amy Nicole and I'm coming to you from sunny and pleasantly warm South Texas. It's really starting to feel like spring around here, which basically means almost summer. But I'm loving this warm weather, starting to pull out some of my dresses. It's very fun, very exciting. This week in the studio, I am revisiting this prom dress. I told you guys about this a couple weeks ago. I finished blocking out this sheer panel right here. Got covered. She wanted it to be a little bit more modest. I just took this piece from the lining and I just cut underneath. Let me see if I can find the spot. Here we go. You can barely tell, but I cut like a wedge and then I folded that wedge in half and put it under here. I did that so that the color would match perfectly. There's multiple layers in this skirt, so no one's really gonna notice this lining being gone. Also, I re-serged the edge of it, so which it's coming out a little bit right here. I don't know what the deal is with that. Sometimes when I do a rolled edge on my serger, it's like it doesn't catch the fabric good enough and sort of pulls out, especially when it's this weaker fabric. It happens. Like I said, there's so many layers, no one's really gonna see that a lot of times, so if you ever need matching fabric for any reason, go to the lining and see if there's anything under there you can use. Obviously that's not going to work if you need a lot, but in this case it worked very well. Now she came in for a fitting and we are going to go ahead and pull up the shoulder straps a little more. That's why this is still here. So this week I'm going to get to that. Also, I don't know if you follow me. Well, hopefully you do. Follow me on Instagram. If you don't, why? At Amy Nicole Studio. Go follow me right now. I launched a couple new products in the past few weeks, which is very exciting. I love fun t-shirts, totes, fun sewing related things, so I have my own little collection of said things. The first one is a tote, and it's this little watercolored print that I painted myself. I'm not that much of an artist, but I think it came out pretty good, and it's a seam ripper that says shit happens, which I think is pretty funny to me. I just wanted to create something that really embraces that the aspect of sewing where stuff happens no matter how pro you are, or if you're just a beginner, that seam ripper is always going to need to be handy, and sometimes you just gotta celebrate that. So it comes in a tote, a mug, and also a print, which I don't have on me at this moment, but those are in my shop, Amy Nicole Studio /shop, if you want to check any of those out. And I actually just had a custom request for one on Etsy that says stitch happens instead of shit happens, which I thought was pretty clever. So should I put that in my shop? Should I change it to stitch happens? Is that better? I learned so much from my customers. I think I personally have no problem cursing, so I think shit happens is funny, but maybe stitch happens is a little more PC and a little more punny, if you will. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've been posting on social media, but I've been fairly absent in my Instagram stories, which is where I share a lot of my progress shots. I've been very busy with a large freelance project. I do production for a lovely girl in Houston who has a baby clothing company, and I am doing some sewing for her. She put in a big order, so I've been just like assembly line, one woman sweatshop over here. I'm gonna pan over so you can see just a little bit of what I've been working on. This is piles and piles of cut out baby dresses. It's 167 total. That's what I've been working on lately. So things have been a little crazy around here. That's why I haven't been doing as much makes for myself, or I haven't been able to work on the pattern as much as I would like to, but that's okay, because it's a big job. And I do fortunately have a pretty good backlog of things that need to be posted on the blog, so there shouldn't be too much of an interruption there. I didn't get a post up last week. Things have been crazy also at the restaurant that my husband and I own, so it's like double wackiness on all sides of my life, but it's good because it means that things are busy. We're paying our bills, so that's always a good thing. But that is the big bulk of what I've been dealing with here in the studio. I did post this week my Marilla Walker Roberts collection overalls, which I'm so excited. There's a video for those and a blog post, so be sure to check that out. I will link it up to this video. I love these overalls. They're so comfy. I did take it up quite a bit in the rise after I took out some in the torso. I talk about this in the video, but I wore them yesterday and they're actually a little tight when I sit. So they're fine, they're totally wearable, but they pull on my shoulders. I might eventually move the buttons down, which would mean totally replacing the buttons because they're those snap-on ones, but that's okay. I didn't even think about sitting when I was doing all these fittings, which is one of those things you don't really think about till the end. But like I said, I'll be wearing them a lot this spring, especially. They're super drapey, the fabric's so soft, and they're pretty cute, I think. I love overalls and jumpsuits very much. This weekend I did find a little bit of time to sew for myself yesterday, which was great because it was kind of a crappy day yesterday, honestly. Just one of those days where nothing's going right. So I stole away to my studio, I shut the doors, and I did some sewing. And what I made was this Barrett bralette. This is a Madeline pattern. It's a free pattern, but I made it with her lingerie kit. I love lingerie kits because you don't have to go all these different shops to get all of your supplies. It's just everything you need to make comes all together. They can be a little pricey, but to me I think it's worth it because by the time you pay shipping from 5 different stores, it's like you might as well have bought a kit. So she has this beautiful peach, I don't know if it's registering, but it's very shimmery. The Barrett bralette is super cute. It has this little cutout in the center. The whatever these are called are rhinestones, which is super cute. I am not normally a big pink person, but I love the like super light blush pink or the rusty kind of pink. So this is so sweet, and I actually had some extra left over from my kit. Another great thing about kits is you can usually get multiple pieces out of it. So I made some Watson briefs to match. Super cute. I'll need to photograph and blog these. I actually had enough to make another bralette and a couple thong undies, so I'll be finishing those later. The only thing with the bralette, I cut the small. I probably could have cut the extra small. The cups fit okay, but the band part is a little loose. So on the next one I might just snug the band in a little bit more and sort of stretch everything into it. Other than that, it's great. Definitely go check that out. That's the Barrett bralette. Madeline has 3, I think, free patterns, and her lingerie design style is super cute, super unique. This isn't like basics. It's fun, but it's all very comfortable. They're generally geared toward women with a smaller chest, which is perfect for me. So love her stuff. Go check it out. I'll be sure to link all of that in the show notes. She also has a really pretty yellow rib knit kit that's a little more casual, and it's very lovely as well. You know how I love yellow. That's about it from everything that's going on here with me. I'm going to be chugging along at all of these dresses this week, and then hopefully get a little bit of downtime for Easter. I hope everyone has a lovely Easter holiday, whether you celebrate, or if it's just a regular weekend for you. I hope it's great. What are you wearing this Easter? I think I'm going to wear my silk floral self-drafted maxi dress, which I'll post a picture of in a link to in the blog notes. It's just so bright and colorful and springy and comfortable, so I think I'm gonna wear that. Hope you're all doing well. Again, comment below, what are you wearing this Easter? What are you working on? What do you think of my new totes and mugs? Be on the lookout for possibly some t-shirts, not in that design, but in other designs coming out soon. Thank you so much for joining me here in the studio, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy sewing! Bye!